Microsoft Defender for Office 365 is our hero SKU here. This is a solution built into the Microsoft stack. It's included in a lot of the licenses, license bundles that a lot of our customers use. And so it's a great solution. We're big believers in the capabilities it adds. And we'll kind of walk through what's involved here. The idea behind this is Microsoft's integrated email filtering for phishing, for viruses, for spam, and but it does take some configuration. And so we'll start here, and then we'll move on to some of the topics of what the underpinnings of this are. So let's scroll down to the solution and pricing. I think that's kind of where a lot of people want to start. Defender for Office 365 comes in two plans, Plan 1 and Plan 2. Plan 1 is, we recommend every customer run this. It includes, protecting your team, SharePoint, OneDrive, and email. So it does cover some of the other solutions and not just email, but it's mainly focused on email. It looks for malicious links and QR codes in your email, zero-day malware and viruses in attachments. It uses a large language model, so it's using AI to look against advanced phishing campaigns, protections for internal email, because sometimes you need to be watching what people are sending to each other, or maybe if one of your accounts gets compromised, and it has real-time reporting. There is a P2 plan as well for Defender for Office 365. P1, the first plan 2, is $2 a user a month, but it also is included in a lot of the bundles we really recommend. If you're in the small business space, Business Premium's a hero SKU. We love it. We think it's the best value in the industry. It includes Plan 1, and that's a ton of the features we really think have the value for customers. The Plan 2 license is included in Microsoft's E5 products. So Microsoft 365, E5, and also in the E5 security add-on. And the exciting thing is we can bolt Plan 2 on top of Business Premium as part of that E5 security bundle, and it adds even more value to that stack. The P2 bundle adds another level of protection in Teams for links and various attachment scanning. It adds kind of a protected view for added security on attachments and Office docs. You can do attack simulation training, so you can do your phish testing, so you can start to test your users and train them on how to look for and report phishing. There's a lot more reporting, and it also kind of gets into some threat intelligence, and so automated investigation response. So it's a much more advanced security team focused license that includes the attack, the phish threat testing. So oftentimes for most customers, we really think the $2 Plan 1 is what really people should be running. Let me show you some of the functionality that's included in this. They recently announced this, and we'll hit this in another tab, but they added AI-powered sentiment analysis. So Defender for Office 365 now runs a language model that is looking at the emails and looking for phishing and threat actors and business email compromise based on the code, the words running through an AI model. And this has been a little while coming. Microsoft's been doing pieces of this, but they've dramatically improved this in the last few months. One of the issues they hit was Microsoft gets so many trillion emails a day. I mean, just the volume of email they get is staggering. That running a big AI model like ChatGPT was a significant expense. If they wanted to run a super advanced AI on every email that comes through their systems, the amount of data center horsepower they'd need for that would be staggering. So they had to do a lot of work to take those large language models, these AIs you interact with on like a ChatGPT, and tune it into a small language model that didn't require a lot of horsepower, but still added the value. And I think that's where a lot of AI is moving, is when you find a specific use case, you want to tune it down to be very focused on that use case. And that's what they did. And I'm really excited to see that they're enabling more and more AI here, because I think phishing is going to be one of the battlegrounds where the threat actors really leverage AI to try to compromise your users. It has inline user protection. And what that means is it takes every attachment and every link in every email and analyzes those attachments and links for malicious payloads. And it has time of click analysis. So one of your users might get an email and none of the links are malicious, but they don't open it for a day because they get it on a Sunday. And on Monday, they go to open it. Well, at that point, the threat actor has redirected that URL to a malicious payload. With these capabilities in Defender for 365, when they click, Microsoft checks that link and sees that there is a malicious payload and blocks it. So time of click is really important with the attachments. They actually detonate the attachments in a data center. They open them and see what they do. Look for activities, look for behavior analysis there. And it's a really great piece of technology that allows them to catch malicious attachments. We've got our business email compromise attack disruption. It's a really big way that the threat actors are attacking small business. They want to find money. They want to get to money. And so they're looking for how they can compromise email accounts and start to intercept and interact with email. So Defender for 365 has all kinds of automated ways of flagging and disabling accounts that have compromised variables, and they're using AI to really start to catch it when those patterns emerge of compromised email accounts. And this is one of the most common threat incidents that happen across small business that costs money. Many customers end up with a 30 or 60 or $100,000 bill because they transfer money to the wrong company because their email was compromised. It's a very common attack. There's some security posture optimization, so they really give you some recommended security configuration to make the deployment easier. You can select your high priority accounts. If you have a larger organization, your CEO, your CFO, some of your high profile employees, they need to be monitored differently because they may be spoofed. I may not want to spend a lot of energy, and it's not worth putting the infrastructure in to monitor for every single frontline employee's email being compromised. But you do want to really pay special attention to emails that look like they're from your CEO or from the rest of your C-suite, or maybe HR or accounting. So they have ways to really highlight the accounts that you want special attention on. They have security awareness and training. We can do some investigation and threat hunting. If you get into the more advanced tools, there's some automated response and remediation. Like I said, they added a whole bunch of large language models to detect those attacker emails, just looking for those variables. And then I think the big thing is that it's all integrated into Microsoft's email security stack, their extended detection and response SIM platform. So if you're running Sentinel, you're running Defender. What's really cool is when you are running the full Microsoft security stack, so you're not only running their email filtering, but you're running Defender for endpoints. You've got the Defender antivirus. The data that Microsoft's able to pull, because they're not only watching the mail flowing, but also everything happening on your endpoint, they can see all the traffic and they're able to correlate the attack chain. And it gives them this ability to use AI and behavior analysis to catch the flow of incidents. And I'm seeing some really cool things where maybe an email came through and the filter didn't catch it, but then the Defender for endpoint noticed that the URL ended up going to a compromised website. And so that integration across the stack is really valuable if you are investigating an incident. The ability to see the entire flow of when the email came in, when they clicked on the link, where did the link go, what payload was on there. It's a powerful tool and really gives you a lot of confidence in what's protecting you on that product. So we're big fans of this product. We have a whole engagement where we deploy it to be according to our best practices and Microsoft best practices and help you get it enabled. Like I said, Microsoft's adding these really cool layers of adding large language models, AI, to their email filtering. And there's a whole article that came out here on what they're doing here. But you can kind of see here the mail flow. It comes in and they run it through a threat detection, which is machine learning models, threat feeds, antivirus engines, DMARC, spoof impersonation. It's looking at all the data points it can to understand how likely the threat is there. Then that gets loaded into a large language model and a small language model. So they have these different language models that look for different things. Maybe one looking for phishing, one for business email compromise. They run it through all that. They give it an intent analysis, and then they give it a classification and put that all into the metadata on those emails. And if the emails are safe, they deliver them to your users. So really great article to read through. All kinds of information about how Microsoft is leveraging AI to really improve the security of this product. And I think it's a big step forward that we're really excited to see. So that's the Microsoft Defender for Office 365 product. Again, we have a whole solution around deploying that for you and can help you dial that in. It's included in Business Premium, which most of our customers are running, a large percentage of them are. And we hope that if you're looking at a solution, this is one of the big values of that Business Premium license. But if you're not on Business Premium, maybe you're running Business Standard and budget's tight, we can bolt this solution on for $2 a user. So lots of options on how to get access to this.